This week, the world was watching when 6-year-old Spidermable saved Edmonton from a terrible fate. She bravely freed Oilers captain Andrew Ference from the evil clutches of Mysterio. The city asked her to take on the task with crime-fighting partner Spiderman. Now, yesterday we spoke to Mabel after a hard day's work, and this morning Spidey himself is here to tell us more about their adventure. Good morning, Spiderman.
Good morning, Mark.
So, why did you need Spidermable to help you on this case?
Actually, I came up to help Spidermable. I heard that there's some stuff going on up here. I'm not really familiar with Canada or Edmonton specifically, being from New York.
Right.
So when I came up, I just basically heard that she was going to be at the mayor's office, so I figured I'd make that my first stop, try and get her there. Luckily enough, I ran into her in time, and she accepted my help, so I just became her sidekick for the day.
Oh, nice work. What do you look for in a crime-fighting partner?
Typically, we want to make sure that that person has a positive personality and outlook on life. We want to make sure that they can kind of relate to their villains in a certain manner. They want to make sure that, we're not overly into fighting with them as much as we are just trying to help them come back into civilized world.
Oh, I see.
It's kind of following the same pattern that you would be as if you were a police officer. Just we tend to deal with the more aggressive form of supervillains.
So how did Spidermable do yesterday?
Spidermable did actually really well at the end of the day there once she freed the captain of the Oilers, and we got Mysterio put back into the paddy wagon of your Edmonton police forces. She was given a honorary member coin of the Heroes League, so she is now an official superhero for Canada.
So what did you think that the key to success on the mission was?
I think the key to success was definitely Mabel's superpower of her superintelligence. She was able to solve the problems that Mysterio had left in his puzzles. He's a really puzzly guy, so he left a lot of clues that were misleading or something that would try and lead us one way. But
she wasn't fooled.
The other way. No, she wasn't fooled at all. He gave her a clue where he specifically tried to circle different areas for the zoo to make her go in opposite directions, but she was pretty sure that Lucy had something to do with it, and sure enough, Lucy gave us a clue with the Oilers hat when we got there, because Lucy's on our side.
Absolutely. Now, I noticed that all through, as I watched the TV coverage of it, that Spidermable was speaking with you, chatting with you all the way through. So, communication must be an important part, but what are some of the things she was saying to you?
Oh, communication is definitely key, especially when you're fighting crime. Most of the time, we actually were just hanging out together. She was just telling me all the different things that she liked about reading about my movies or my comics, and I actually was turning it around on her, trying to show her things off my Spidey phone. I was showing her all the Twitter feeds and things like that, and I was like, "You're actually more popular than I am, so look, you have a comic book here. Let's look at your comic book."
Now, I know that you were working with some of the people here in town from the C3 Caring Character Cosplay. Tell me about those people and what they do.
So they're a really great group of guys. They kind of run their own little non-profit volunteer organization where they come out and they give everybody a hand with things where they want to draw a lot of attention to it. So sometimes they'll impersonate some of us superheroes and wear our caps or something just to try and get everybody in, and they'll give us an invite to come to those events, just to come down and try and bring a fan base or something to raise awareness of whatever their event is, like a cancer run or a fundraiser.
Well, they're doing a great job. Congratulations to them.
Oh, they are, yes.
And Spidey, thanks for coming in. We really appreciate it. We don't get many superheroes. Besides Garrett, who's here every day. But
and I'm not really a hero. Kind of. People feel that way, but I don't think so.
Yeah, you're so modest. Sort of like Spider-Man.
The power of the great Canadian beard, right?
Exactly. Spidey, thanks for coming in, and we appreciate it.
No problem. My pleasure.
The Amazing Spider-Man saved Oiler captain Andrew Ference along with Spidermable this week. We also want to thank David Huselak, who drove Spidey here this morning. Appreciate his participation.